Round up, round up. Let's talk about all of the Game of Thrones spin-off projects. We're going to cover the stage show, any TV shows, and possible movie. So, let's get into it. Also, ignore the fact I'm wearing different glasses today. I managed to trip over and fell on me glasses, so I broke them. Wearing the spares. Right, let's get into it. We're going to start with the stage show, which is in production in London, the West End, and it's based on the tourney at Haron Hall. So that's the, events leading up to Robert's Rebellion. It's going to be a good one, and I am on the waiting list to get notified as soon as tickets go up, because I'm going to want to go and see that. Now, what do we know about it? We've got a playwright, Duncan Macmillan, who has been connected to it for a few years now. We've also got director Dominic Cook. And George is pretty excited about it too. The initial title for it was Haron Hall, because the tourney is set at Haron Hall. On George's Not blog, he wrote that Haron Hall was the first title since it is set during the fateful Haron Hall tourney. But now we're leaning towards the Iron Throne, which is the title that it's on and, the West End website. It's coming along well, I am told. Young Ned, young Robert, Lyanna, Rhaegar, Howland Reed should be fun. And jousting on stage. The dream is to open somewhere on London's West End in 2025. But there is still a lot of work to do. And indeed there must be, because we don't have any other updates on it really since that. Are you in the stage scene? Do you know of any other updates to it? I can't wait. I am just sitting waiting. I will make that trip to London. It's not that far, okay? I will be going. So, let's get on to, we'll cover the movie next, because then there's a lot of, TV shows to cover. So with the movie, it is in very early stage development with no filmmaker, cast or writer yet attached, but the company is keen on exploring the idea of Westeros invading cinemas, which, considering the scale Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon is, presented on, yeah, definitely get it into cinemas. Definitely. But what will be the story that we see? We don't know. So, let's get on to those spin-off shows. Now, the one we've already seen is House of the Dragon. We've had 2 seasons of it, and it's set around the Targaryen dynasty. You see Viserys' children, Aegon. I was going to call him Aemond. Aegon and Rhaenyra battling it out. We last saw Rhaenyra was on Dragonstone, her husband's at Haron Hall amassing an army, and Aegon has taken some wounds, and his brother Aemond, who's a little bit psycho, is ruling in his stead. So, when are we going to get season 3? Well, we're not going to get it next year, because the penultimate season, because there's only going to be 4, is confirmed by showrunner Ryan Condal as currently being written, and he's looking to start preparing for production in autumn 2024. So, currently. And is planning for production to begin in early 2025. So they're going to be filming next year. It's going to take a lot of editing, on that scale. There's going to be a lot that's post-filmed that they've got to then faff around with. So we'll probably see it in early 2026. I'm going to throw out a guess now at late March, April. I hope it's sooner, February Anyway, next, we do have one show that is coming to us sooner. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is a series of novellas that is basically all in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's the Hedge Knight, the Swan Sword, and the Mystery Knight. It focuses around Sir Duncan the Tall, and Little Egg. We're going to see them on screen. The TV show was originally announced in 2023, but development was stalled due to the Hollywood writers' strike that brought the industry to a standstill later that year. The project is now in production ahead of a 2025 premiere. The first season of the series will have 6 episodes to be released on HBO and Max on June 15th, 2025. Woo, woo, woo. So, who have we got in it? We've got Dunk is going to be played by Peter Claffey. You might recognise him from these things. Personally, I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know. I can't really say. Egg will be played by Dexter Sol Ansel, and bless him, his first credit is in Emmerdale, which, if you don't know what Emmerdale is, it's one of our British soaps, and it's like, my nan loves it, okay? You know, it's her go-to one. Oh, I wonder if she'd recognise him. Probably not. She can't really see. It's more just the voices she listens to. But hey, so he's got a few credits to his name, and I'm hoping that, you know, he's really going to bring that sass as Egg. I think he'll do a good job. I'm quite excited. We've also got an art director, Tom McCullough, linked, who also did the production design for 16 episodes of Game of Thrones during seasons 2 and 3. And we do have Ira Parker down for writing credits, worked on 10 episodes of House of the Dragon. So, June 15th. I think it's going to be set up to be made pretty good. It's going to look like it's set in Westeros. It's going to have some good storylines. You know, these historic figures we'll see. I think it'll be pretty good. Do you reckon they're going to throw in some random magic? I don't know. Also, if you haven't and you want to, we're reading the chapters on my channel. Go and have a listen. Well, they're not really chapters. I've just split them up. Anyway, on to the next show. We have Aegon's Conquest, which is about Aegon the Conqueror and his 2 sisters making their way around the 7 kingdoms, conquering that shit. In April 2023, Variety reported that a series about Aegon Targaryen I was in development, but it wasn't until February 2024 when HBO confirmed that and added that screenwriter Matson Tomlin is connected to the project. He has written for Terminator Zero and the Batman film. So, he's quite established. I think it's going to be a pretty epic show. That's pretty good. Currently, he's in the, early days of writing the script, so we don't have anyone attached for cast or anything like that. 2027, maybe? What do you think? So, Corlys Velaryon, who we see in House of the Dragon? He goes on a lot of ship adventures, at sea. He has supposedly a lot of cool stories on his voyages, and there was a show originally called 9 Voyages going to be based around these adventures, but HBO decided to change it because they didn't want too many shows with numbers in the title. They've also got another one, we'll get to it. Funnily enough, Martin would go on to referring to the show as 9 Voyages when announcing the treatment for the show is now an animated series instead of live action. 2 other undisclosed animated shows are currently in development. Given that the Sea Snake would be set earlier than what we see in House of the Dragon, presumably Steve Toussaint, who plays him in House of the Dragon, would not be cast as, Corlys, younger Corlys. The actor would still love to be involved. I mean, I think he would do really good with they'll get him narrating. Yes, get him narrating it. Anyway, the pilot script hails from The Mentalist creator Bruno Heller, who was previously reported to be pitching Game of Thrones spin-off ideas to HBO, like a prequel about Robert's Rebellion. So Bruno Heller, he wants to be involved. He wants to get that bag. HBO bag. Next, the show with another number in the title was going to be 10,000 Ships. It's in development, and it's about Nymeria coming from, Essos to Dorne with her 10,000 ships. She goes to a few places before getting to Dorne and settling there, burning her ships and declaring that this is their new home. So, what do we know about it? After a bit of back and forth about whether it was on or off, George R. R. Martin confirmed it was back on. in 2022, and that Amanda Siegel was writing the project and had already delivered a couple of early drafts. Screenwriter Brian Brian, who was developing the show, told Inverse in 2024 that it had been scrapped. It came out great, but I think they felt that the period of the show was too far removed from the pillars of the original, he said. That's why it hasn't been picked up yet. But nothing is ever dead. I want to see that. I think that's maybe a potential for another animated show. I'd watch that. Come on! George R. R. Martin wrote on his blog that she is an amazingly talented young playwright and a joy to work with. When she's not writing and producing her prize-winning plays on and off Broadway, she has been kept busy by me and HBO, working on a new pilot for 10,000 Ships, a Game of Thrones spin-off about Nymeria and the Rhoynar. We're all very excited about this one, though we're still trying to figure out who's going to pay for 10,000 ships, 300 dragons, and those giant turtles. Well, you fixed that with animation, and I'd watch it. Come on. Right, we've got another one that has been indefinitely shelved, but Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow, was really pioneering for it. He just cannot let the character go. He really wanted to reprise his role and took the idea to George R. R. Martin himself. Kit Harington even brought in his own writers and showrunners. Unfortunately, HBO told him it's not happening. He said to EW in April 2024, "We bounced some ideas around and nothing really lit us up. It just didn't." He said, "I think we don't want to do something that's not worth it. So for the time being, we're just shelving it." And realistically, if they were to do a Jon Snow show, it's a continuation. It can only really be a continuation. So, that's going to be controversial. I guess they don't really want to go away from their so strong ending of season 8 Game of Thrones.
Best season ever!
So we have another one it's to be defined, to be declared, to be decided. The Golden Empire. It would be set in Yeti, and I think it was supposed to be an animated. Yeah, I think the art and animation is just going to be beautiful, Martin said. "I would love to tell you more if I could. I don't think I can say a word about the other animated shows. Not yet, which gives me hope for Nymeria. I would rather have that than something set in Yeti. Come on." But yeah, if they were going to make something like that, it would be very far removed from anything we really know. So lastly, we'll just round up with the ones that we know have been cancelled. They spent a hell of a lot of money making a pilot for Blood Moon. HBO shot a pilot in Northern Ireland with Naomi Watts and Naomi Ackie, Denise Gough, Miranda Richardson, John Whitehouse, Jamie Campbell-Bower, Sheila Atten, Ivano Jeremiah, Alex Sharp, and Toby Regbo. But the network completely scrapped the project and instead refocused around House of the Dragon. This was even before we even got season 1 of House of the Dragon. So yeah, Blood Moon would have been set thousands of years before Game of Thrones in the Age of Heroes during the lead up to the Long Night and the fight with the White Walkers. The series chronicles the world's descent from the Golden Age of Heroes into its darkest hour, and only one thing is for sure. From the horrifying secrets of Westeros' history to the true origin of the White Walkers, the mysteries of the East to the Starks of legend. It's not the story we think we know, the official logline read. They scrapped that. Oh well. I guess it was too far removed. Hopefully, maybe 10 years to bring it back. Anyway, another one that I didn't actually realise that they were considering. Apparently, the project was never actually confirmed by HBO, but I see it listed here. Was a project set in Flea Bottom. And I would love to just see the lives of these people that are living in King's Landing and dealing with just, the City Watch, and just things that are just set in that world. Just, like we see a little bit of backstory about people, the commoners in House of the Dragon. I just want more of that. Like maybe a detective-y style thing where one of the City Watchmen helps locals. Come on, please, HBO. Apparently, it was cancelled. Of all of the early ideas for Game of Thrones spin-offs, Flea Bottom was in its most seedling form when it was cancelled altogether. The show would have explored the life in the titular slum of King's Landing. The project was never actually confirmed by HBO. We also supposedly have one about Robert's Rebellion. There's been no movement on this concept since those early reports, and it's presumed to be scrapped. I would presume it to be scrapped, considering we have the stage show in development, and again, to circle back, I'm really excited about that. So, are you going to be trying to get tickets when it comes out? They better not scrap that. Come on, please. Are they just going to do it and take artistic liberty? Or are they going to have to wait till Winds comes out and maybe reveals something that George is holding on to? I mean, they wouldn't be allowed to work on it, would they? Come on. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know. What are you excited about? Are you bummed that we've got to wait over a whole year for House of the Dragon Season 3? I kind of am, but again, they've done a good job with timing it with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms shows, so let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio. So, Caloris? Fuck me! Who the fuck is Caloris?